Hi, this is Joe Beck with the Sales Activist. So I'm on my way to a client meeting, and this meeting is pretty interesting because a client reached out to me, a potential client reached out to me to want to talk about some of the challenges they're having with losing salespeople in their organization. It's not a large organization. There's about 7 people in the company, 2 people doing sales. The rest of the company is set up into different departments. But the 2 people that are handling sales constantly keep turning over in their industry. And the owner of the company is highly involved in the business, but not directly on the sales side. And we got into a conversation at a networking meeting, and we were talking a little bit about what was going on in his business and the struggles he's having to gain consistent momentum. And one of the questions I asked him was, what is your training methodology for your salespeople? You know, he's gone through 6 salespeople in the last year and a half in his company. He's in a great industry. He's got a very unique and compelling product offering. He's got very competitive pricing for what he does. He's kind of well known in his particular industry sector, but for whatever reason, the salespeople keep turning over. And I asked him what his sales methodology was for training and getting people up to speed in the business and helping them be successful as a salesperson in his company. And the conversation led to me uncovering that he really didn't have a set or formalized training process for bringing people in. You know, the training process was kind of sit with the people that are in here inside the company doing particular things, spend some time, with the existing sales team, shadowing them, ghosting them on appointments, things like that. And, it quickly led to, the realization that this process wasn't ever going to get better simply because he's got people that are struggling in the position being the ones that are passing on tribal knowledge about what's going on in the company, in the sales organization, and in the industry. So he's basically struggling with gaining momentum as a result of that. So the purpose of this meeting is to talk through what he needs to do to address this and how he needs to refocus his efforts around providing a quality training experience to his new hire salespeople. And, he knows he's not equipped to do that personally. He can handle, the company story and what they do and that aspect of things, but he's not really the best person to handle the sales training component. So he wants to talk to me about coming in and doing some training with his new people on some basic selling skills, different things like that related to his business. And I'm reminded of the simple fact that one of the most expensive costs in any business as it relates to, gaining momentum and being successful and your overall impact is turnover. When you lose somebody for whatever reason, you start the clock all over on trying to get somebody up to speed just to that same level, just to get where you currently were. If that person already wasn't producing, sometimes, unless you're ahead of the curve and interviewing and trying to prepare to improve the team, you are starting off from a dead stop. Many times people let prospects go cold. They miss the opportunity to convert prospects that are already in the pipeline when people leave. So there's just a lot of potential problems when you have turnover in your sales department. So we're going to talk about training. We're going to talk about turnover. We're going to talk about creating a winning culture with this business owner. And I wanted to share this message with people because very often I'm having the same type conversation with business owners. Maybe they aren't the best qualified person to sell their product or their offering. They have other people that are, but are not necessarily as passionate about it. And they really don't have their own true sales activist inside their company. They don't have somebody who's owning responsibility for it, that is truly the leader of the sales department. It's a very, consistent problem in the market today. So if you are looking for ways to fill that gap, if you are looking for ways to improve the salesperson's experience and ultimately the salespeople's results on your team, reach out to me. I certainly would love to talk to you about how I could help. My name is Joe Beck. I'm the sales activist, and I can be reached at joe@thesalesactivist.com. If you're interested in learning more about our company and our programs and what we can do to help you and your sales team, check out our website at www.thesalesactivist.com. I'm Joe Beck, and I'm your sales activist.